Hi, my name is Jason Rhodes, and this is my persuasive speech. And this is my audience. Is it showing you yet?
I'm gonna stop.
Okay. Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about the issue of inbreeding in dairy cattle. It's a large issue in the dairy industry, especially in purebred animals, because their lines are getting so tight that they're not being able to cross out the bloodline, so it gets inbreeding. The breed I'd like to kind of pick on is the Holstein breed, because they're kind of the number one breed for inbreeding. And as of today, there's 25 million Holstein cattle in the world, and 5.2% of the breed is inbred, and it's gaining by 0.1% every year. And inbreeding reduces heterosis, which is the ability for the mother and the father to pass down their high quality traits to offspring, such as milk production and fertility, which would be the most important aspects of fertility, or of the genes that you're looking for in dairy farm. So there's really a need for an increase in heterosis between generation, and let's say fertility, for example. The average breedings for a Holstein cow is 2.5 breedings per cow. So that means it's going to take her 21 days, which is the menstrual cycle for a dairy cow. 21 times 2.5, and that's how many days the cow is going to be open and not productive and pregnant, because she has to get pregnant in order to calve in and produce milk again. So if we could reduce that by a whole point, that means 1.5 breedings per cow is going to give you, that's going to be 32 days extra that you're going to get milk production off that cow on the other end, where you would have lost that. And really, if those cows average 100 pounds a day for the first 32 days, and you don't get that, that's $23,000 at $12 milk per hundredweight that you're losing. And a viable solution to this would be crossbreeding, because taking genetics from one breed and another breed and putting them together, it decreases, the genetic lines are so far off that it really increases the heterosis. And a lot of people like, 2 to 3 breeds in this, because like a 2-breed switch would be a 67% heterosis advantage, which means 60% of the time the quality traits from either breed are going to cross over into the offspring, and you're going to get a lot better results than if you accidentally inbreed your dairy cattle. And if you do a 3-way cross, that's actually about 20% more increase in heterosis advantage of 80. It'd be 85%. But that can go 10% either way. So you could either get a 95% heterosis advantage, or be negative 10, be a 75% heterosis advantage in your offspring. And when breeding, it's very important to choose breeds that are like breeds. Like you take your Holstein and your Brown Swiss, and they're two pretty similar breeds, but yet they're different enough that the heterosis is going to be pretty great there, and there's not going to be an extreme large Holstein cow on small cow deal. And if you do your 3-way cross, and you take the Holstein, you cross with a Brown Swiss, and then you could take that Holstein Brown Swiss cross and breed it to maybe an Ayrshire, and you still kind of keep the same traits, but the quality traits are gonna come up, because it's you have that big heterosis advantage, because they're not all the same breed, but they're still almost the same production wise. And but for example, let's say you're milking Holsteins, and your average breedings per cow is 2.5. which is the average, and your average milk per cow per year is 23,000 pounds per cow. And let's say you're having trouble with inbreeding and you want to do a cross. Well, there's plenty of breeds to choose from, and I'm going to go with Mountain Belliards, and which is a Swedish breed of dairy cattle, and Norwegian Reds, which is also another Swedish or a Norwegian breed of dairy cattle, and do a three-way cross with them on the Holstein. And I'm going to cross the Holstein with the Mountain Belliard for reproduction purposes, and that's going to hopefully that'll cut down on your breeding by 1 point. And then you cross that Holstein Mountain Belliard by a Norwegian Red, and they have milk production close to what the Holstein is, but not quite. They're about 20,000. So you take your milk production, let's say you take your breeding, and you have 2.5 for your Holstein and 1.5 for Norwegian, or for your Mountain Belliards, and that's going to average out to be about 2 to 1.75 breedings per cow, which is really going to help out your reproduction in your cattle. Then you add the Norwegian Red in there, and it's going to keep your milk production up. Because Mountain Belliards are not quite a big milking breed. They were a beef breed that was bred to milk, so they're going to be highly fertile, but they're not going to be the milk producers that you're looking for. So then you get that three-way cross going. Let's say you have a 5% heterosis advantage on top of the 85%, because you can go 10% either way. So you get lucky, you get the 5%, and with the 5% advantage, you can increase from the way that works out. You could end up having 22,000 pounds of milk with 1.75 breedings per cow, which is going to increase your production extremely. So that's my speech on inbreeding dairy cattle. Is there ideas?